Are you a talented footballer with the potential to go all of the way, but you've never been spotted or had a trial? Well, all you need to do is check out a brand new innovative business that I've started with my partners called Scout Size. It gives you a chance to get spotted by our network of scouts to try and get you a trial at a professional club. Scout Size places you in front of a professional scout who will assess your talent. You simply need to visit our website right now and upload your clips as directed. Our scouts will then view them and give you a full assessment. If you meet a certain criteria, your details will be sent to scouts at professional football clubs for them to come and see you play. It's as simple as that. So visit scoutsize.com right now and send in your clips, and a scout could be coming to watch you play at your next game.
Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that may link with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that may link with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. First of all, let's big up our star boy, Bukayo Saka, who last night put in a man-of-the-match performance to send England through to the semi-finals of the Euros. He scored a brilliant goal in the game. Before that, he was exceptional. You know what I mean? He was the threat. Every time he got the ball, he looked dangerous, put some great balls into the box. He was fantastic. And then to top it all off, later on, he had a big moment when he had to take a penalty for England in the penalty shootout. He steps up, doesn't back out of it, brave as you like, right? And we all remember what happened the last time he missed a penalty for England at the Euros and the abuse that he got, some of it racist. He stepped up, give me the ball, took the penalty and scored, of course. And England won on penalties and are through to the semi-finals. I'm so happy for him. Some of the criticism that he's received in this tournament has been unjustified because he's been one of England's best players. And listen, they haven't played well, England, but he's been one of the better players for England in the games. But yet still there were people, oh, leave him out, drop him. Listen, he showed up last night and that was a world-class performance. How much is he worth when we're talking about transfers? He's still a young player, remember. How much is Bukayo Saka worth? And we see the type of goal that he scored last night. We see him do that week in, week out. So congratulations go out to him. That means that Declan Rice, who also had a good game, hit the post in the game, and Saka both progressed through in the Euros. Saliba's still there as well. David Raya's still there, right? So we've still got a lot of players there at the Euros, and good luck to all of them. Not so good news for Brazil. Brazil knocked out of the Copa America last night on penalties as well. Their penalties are a bit different in the Copa America. They don't go to extra time. They go straight to penalties. But they were knocked out by Uruguay, and they're going to be coming home. Gabriel Martinelli did get on right near the end of the game just for a few minutes, but wasn't able to do anything. Didn't have any time to do anything, really. And Brazil going to be coming back home. So Gabriel Magalhães and Martinelli will be returning home. Also, just before we get into the transfers, don't forget tonight, 9 p.m. UK time, I'm going to be doing a Transfer Daily Extra on playbacks. That's 9 p.m. tonight on playback, doing a Transfer Daily Extra. So join me live. Want to get as many of you as possible to come on. Let me know your feelings about all of the transfer news that's coming through. Starting to heat up now, as we've been talking about over the last few days. Links today with Raphina. Talking about Brazil coming home. He played a lot of the games for Brazil. Didn't really make an impact, if I'm being honest. But Barcelona is where he plies his trade. Remember, when he was at Leeds, Arsenal were really trying to sign him. It didn't happen. He ended up going to Barcelona, rejecting Chelsea, which looked like that was going to be the place he was going to go to. And now Barcelona said to be looking to sell him, and Arsenal said to be interested. And a lot of the rumours are saying that Arsenal have already made contact with Barcelona over Raphina. Now, the one that made me, I spoke about this one the other day, Curtis, big up Curtis Shaw. He was having a laugh at me about this one the other day. Curtis is back again. This link where, and it's this company called Team Talk, who are saying that Arsenal have offered £30 million plus Eddie Nketiah to Barcelona. No news on whether that's been rejected or not. I don't think they're going to go for that. They're going to want the full fee for Raphina. Would you want Raphina? When you think of the history that Arsenal were the team that were trying to get him, Then he turned around and was looking like he was going to Chelsea, then ended up going to Barcelona. Do you look on it as fans? And I'm just saying, I know my feelings on it, I'm not even going to say, but do you look on it and say to yourself, you know what, you went off to Barcelona and we're not interested. Sorry, you ain't coming back here to revive your career. He's 27 now, still not old. How do you guys feel about it? Barcelona, by the way, are looking to try and sell him because they want to buy Nico Williams. So they want to raise money off of the sale of Raphina to try and buy Nico Williams, that's who I'd much rather us try and buy. But Team Talk claiming today that contact has been made by Arsenal. The one player that we definitely know contact has been made on is Riccardo Calafiori. All of you out there thinking, come on, when is this going to happen? How comes it takes so long? It does take a little while when it comes to contracts, unfortunately, and players and stuff like that. Even when we sign a contract here at AFTV, it's not done in a day, right? It has to go to lawyers and stuff like that, let alone a football player. But Tutor Mercato Web, Italian publication, they are reporting today that a bid of £42 million for Calafiori to Bologna has been accepted by the club. If that is true, that means we're a matter of days probably from this signing happening, because we already know that he's agreed personal terms. He's agreed to sign for Arsenal. That would wrap it up. If the club have accepted that bid, it's just a matter of paperwork, medical, stuff like that, and then it's over the line. And Riccardo Calafiori will be the second signing, because Raya was the first one. I know he was there last season, of Arsenal's season. So we could see Calafiori getting done this week. And it makes sense because Arsenal want to get him in time for that tour over in the US and get him assimilated and get him playing with the rest of the team. So keep your eyes on that one. Now, Arsenal linked with another, we just spoke about Raphina, linked with another right winger today, and that's a player called Yaser Asprilla, described as a Colombian Wonderkid. And he's been linked. He plies his trade at Watford. He's currently at the Copa America with Colombia, and Colombia have been doing really, really well, by the way. They've got a good team, Colombia. But he's currently away with the Colombian squad at the Copa America. Only 20. As I said, he's been at Watford, I think, since 2022. Last season, 44 games, so he played a lot of games. Only 6 goals, though. Not a lot of goals out of 44 games. But they're looking at, you know what these scouts are like. They look at potential. They look at the ceiling he can reach. They look at the team he's in. If he came to Arsenal, how they could improve him, how they could build him. And they're very interested. Still young, only 20. He's into the last 12 months of his contract that he has at Watford. So he's vulnerable. There's a couple of teams looking at him. Arsenal are interested. Everton said to be one of the other teams. Watford said to want around about £15 million to sell him. Let's keep our eyes on that one. A young talent playing in the Championship from Colombia. Another young talent that Arsenal are showing a lot of interest in, and we've known about this one for a couple of weeks, is Joao Neves of Benfica. Now that Portugal are out of the Euros, lots and lots of things are going to hot up on this player. Arsenal definitely interested in him. One of the best midfielders in the Portuguese league last season. Host of Premier League clubs interested in him. Jojo, the publication over there in Portugal, they claim that Arsenal one of 2 clubs interested in him. The other club they claim interested in him is Liverpool. They're really interested in him as well. Benfica, they're looking for at least £85 million, according to Jojo. They do have this release clause of £105 million. Crazy. Manchester United have already tried to make a couple of bids to get Neves. They put a bid in. I think the first bid they put in was around about £51 million. That was rejected. The second one was for £60 million. That was rejected as well. They're staying, hard on this one, Benfica, saying that either, they ideally want the release clause, but there's rumours that they take £85 million. He's a young player. I get it. They want to get the best amount of money out of it, but £85 million, £105 million. It's a lot of money. And you've got to be careful with these signings, right? Because although he had a great season and although we can all see the potential of this kid, even though he weren't that you know, he wasn't one of the young players that lit up the Euros, even though he didn't start every game, to be fair to him. There's big risks attached to paying a lot of money like this for a kid. Remember Enzo Fernandez, who also came from Benfica, who also had that £105 million release clause, which Chelsea paid. And we can see that he's definitely not worth even half of that. So you've got to be careful how you do these deals, but Arsenal's still interested in Neves. What about this one? Spoke about it earlier on in the week. It's rearing its ugly head again. And that is the rumour linking William Saliba with a move to Real Madrid. Real Madrid and also PSG, very, very interested in him. He's been a star player for France, in my opinion, at the Euros. He's been absolutely brilliant in defence, locked off Lukaku, locked off Ronaldo. He's just been what we see every week at the Emirates. He's transferred that to France. And now some of the big guns out there are really raising their head and saying, why don't we get something done? Real Madrid apparently are not going to move for him this season, according to the rumours coming out of Spain. But they're putting together a plan to try and sign him next season. Of course, they've had a big outlay this summer. They've got Mbappe's wages to deal with, even though they haven't paid a fee for Mbappe. Huge wages for him. They've got Endrick coming in. They've got loads of, players that they're purchasing, but they're looking at him for next season. Right, this will be a threat. Arsenal have apparently, according to rumours, slapped over £117 million price tag on William Saliba. I wouldn't even want to get that for him. I just want to keep him. As such an important player for this football club and not easily replaced. Still only 23, remember, not even in his prime. He is some player. Arsenal got to be building their future around him. And listen, all the reports are that Arsenal are not interested in selling whatsoever. Remember, he's signed on a long-term contract. They've really played this one brilliantly, Arsenal. I was getting a bit upset with him, with the amount of loans that they were sending him on. And I was like, we're going to end up losing this guy if we don't bring him back. But they did it brilliantly. Arteta, he knew what he was doing. Yet again, the loans were perfect. He went out there, played football week in, week out, built his reputations, come back to Arsenal. He's been absolutely brilliant. We cannot sell this guy. But if you want him at the moment, at least £170 million, according to them reports coming out of Spain. I don't think he's for sale at any price right now by Arsenal Football Club. So those are the rumours today. Don't forget tonight, 9 p.m. UK time, set your clocks. Join me on Playback. The link is in the description if you want to jump on. Join me on Playback. We're going to be having a discussion about all of the transfers, including the Calafiori one. So looking forward to seeing you then. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.